Right, Comedy Yeehaw. I am Derek Thompson. I'm back with the Shadow Mark podcast, and we've got quite the show for you guys tonight. I'm super excited about tonight because not only do we have an amazing guest, but we have an amazing co-host today, as TJ is doing something in Pennsylvania that I don't know why he would be in Pennsylvania to begin with, but here we are. That's where he's at. So he's doing Pennsylvania things with himself. And I think his family, maybe he's got family there. That sounds like your excuse to be there. Anyway, joining me tonight is Mr. Hero Stock himself, Jason Steiner. We are so excited to have you as a co-host tonight, man.
Man, thanks for having me on. And I'm not as funny as TJ, but I'm way prettier.
You are way prettier. You got a beard of, you got a beard of Jesus is what you got going on here.
I'm working on it.
I love it, man. It just makes me happy. I just want to snuggle with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then joining us tonight is our very special guest, Brandon Johnston. He is a comedian, Marine, and just all around funny and great human being. So I'm really excited to have you, man. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just let's get to know you.
I'm Brandon Johnston, OFP comedy. That's kind of what I branded myself as. But yeah, I'm just an asshole veteran running around here trying to make people laugh. I mean,
hey, that's all that matters. And OFP, for those that don't know,
the polite version is on freaking program. I stole that from the Marine Corps. I'm not even going to try and deny it.
Hell yeah.
So that's what I'm over here. I'm doing my own thing, man. I'm on my own freaking program.
I like that. That was very PC of you, and I don't know whether I should appreciate it or not, because I did that in the Marine Corps as well. I had a patch that said "Iogaphy," so it was like, if you aren't ordnance, go fuck yourself. And an officer saw it. And he goes, "Iogaphy," and I had a cross below it. He goes, "What's that mean?" I said, "If you aren't ordnance, God forgives you." And he just goes, "I like that, devil. I like that." And I was like, all right. And just slip that one by him. Good for me, man.
I've actually got patches and stickers, and they've got my logo, and they do say "on fucking program." So
yes, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. So
I got koozies too.
We need to get some of them. I love koozies. You can't go wrong with koozies. Are they the magnetic koozies?
No, these are look, man, I'm working on a budget here, all right? Like the Marine Corps got more money than me, okay? So they're
that's
foam,
saying something,
but they look cool. Yeah, that's yeah. Hey, I tried to steal some from the Army, but yeah, I guess I don't have that clearance anymore.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out here and steal some Army budget because they've got way too much money. You know what I mean? So that being said, we've we know you're a Marine. Let's talk about your service. What you did. What years, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, let's kind of go down that road.
Yeah, okay, let's start with did you enjoy it? Because I think everybody that served in any branch is going to tell you the exact same thing. There were parts I enjoyed, and then there was the other 99.5% that sucked the life out of me. But no, I mean, look, there were definitely things I enjoyed. You know, I mean, the camaraderie. And look, when we were just getting the job done and everybody's working together and everything's just in lockstep and like you're reading the other guy's mind. I mean, now that absolutely, I have not been able to replicate that yet in the civilian world. A little bit when I was in the fire department, but it's just not something that you see very often. As far as what I did, I actually joined the reserves. As an ammo tech, because my recruiter told me that would get me overseas faster, and he was right. Spent 6 years in the Marine Corps, majority of it on active duty, being deployed, and I did ammo for about 1 month out of 6 years. That's what I went to school for. I did it for about a month total. The rest of the time I was doing rifleman or security duty or something else. So.
Marine Corps is really good at allocating you where they need you, not what you signed up for.
Yeah.
Like they really don't care what you signed up for. You're like, so I'm here to be AC tech, and they're like, yeah, nope, don't care.
Here's a gun, go kill somebody.
That's it. Go sit on this post for 17 hours.
Yep. Have you seen that? Did you ever see? Speaking of comedy, did you ever see that Mama Dog video? You got to look up this Mama Dog video. It's a Marine on post for like, he got put on post for like 36 hours or some shit. And it's just a Marine losing his mind for 36 fucking hours, sitting there trying to like come up with inner ways to entertain himself. Yeah. Mama Dog and Gunny. Mama Dog and Gunny. Reunited.
So if you don't mind, I got a story for you about that.
Let's hear it.
All right. So there I was. You know, every good story starts out. So there I was. I was working OP duty, and for your viewers that don't know, that's observation post duty in Iraq in 2005. We were working with the Army doing force protection work. Show up on post with this young soldier. I want to say I think he was a private first class. Yeah, and you know, we're trying to get to know each other and do our duty. And at some point in the middle of the night, I just decided to start messing with this kid. I stood up at attention at port arms and started reciting the Rifleman's Creed. When the staff sergeant came to pick us up in the morning, this kid flew straight to him and was like, "Man, you got to get me off post with this guy. They've only been in country like a week, and he's already losing it, man. He's already losing it."
That's awesome.
I mean, we became good friends after that, but I thought it was. I've always enjoyed messing with people and trying to be funny, and I couldn't help myself.
Man, I had a Bahrainian get me. A Bahrainian got me, man. He showed up on post and he's like, we have to spend, 16 hours together or whatever. And he's like, no English. And Sartori. And I was like, fuck, dude, this is going to be a long shift, man. This is going to be a long shift. We spend that whole shift together. He doesn't say a word to me. As he's leaving the post, he goes, "All right, bro. Hey, we'll see you later, man." I just looked at him and I was like, "You have got to be kidding me."
That's
I
awesome.
said, "You know how much more interesting the day could have been if you had just, I don't know, talked at all."
Right.
And what is up, Triple B, man?
Bourbon battle buddies.
What's up, Bourbon Battle Buddies? That's awesome.
Love you guys. And I also love that somebody got the reference, man. That made me happy. I can't see who because it says Facebook user, and I can't figure out where they're watching because my internet is not working in my favor. So actually, it's working great.
I just figured out I can click the button and see the comments as they come in.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. We got this. Now you're learning.
I was a Marine, man.
Learning is occurring.
I'm a Marine. Don't give me all this technology, okay?
Dude,
Right.
how many times do you get made fun of for not being able to count?
I'm 6'4", 240 pounds. I don't get made fun of a lot.
See, no.
I'm 6 foot 245. I get made fun of a lot. It's awesome. But no, the last week they're like, "No, don't expect the Marine to count." And then all of a sudden now I've got like 6 people that just shared a post, and it was like that picture of what's his bucket? I can't remember, from some show. The old guy with the great mustache. The great mustache. That's all I got. That's it. Sam Elliott. The picture of Sam Elliott. He's like turned around crying, and it says, "When the bus driver hears Marines having to count off."
I saw that one.
And I was just like, "Man, this is odd timing considering I've gotten made fun of all this week for counting crayons."
That's awesome.
I think the worst part about that meme is we've all seen Marines try to count off, and it's true.
It really is a struggle.
How many times did you get it in the first try?
Never.
Never.
Marines can't count. Also, I think my mom's going to whoop my butt because I keep cussing. So I've got that going for me. She texted me. She said, "Language." And I said, "Oh, God, sorry."
Oh, shit. Fuck, damn it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what it was, too. Anyways, so you spent how much time overseas then, Brandon?
I only did 2 tours.
Yeah,
I did 2 tours in Iraq. Huh?
Only.
I don't know, man. Look, I've always been that guy, man. Like I said, I know there are so many people that did so much more to me. I feel you know, I've never felt like, you know, I'm not trying to compare. I'm not trying to stack up books with anybody. Like I say, there's a lot of people that have done more to me, but you know, I know what I've done, and I'm glad I did it. I'm also one of those guys. I'm actually glad I got out. I think all Marines kind of have that feeling though. On some level, we love it and we always miss it. But especially while we're in it, man, fuck this, man. I'm ready to go, man. This is bullshit, man. Gunny this, and you know, the captain that, and you know. But but yeah, I did 2 deployments overseas. Came back in between deployments, got married. I'm not sure that she's happy with that 17 years later, but
I think a lot of that's the massive amount you make fun of them and your kids on Facebook. I think.
Yeah, right.
The funny thing is, they come and ask me, Dad, what can we do? What can we be in? And I'm like, okay, cool, here we go, let's go. And like yesterday, my son did. He got, what happened?
Nothing. I was posting comments. We gotta get the comment mafia going.
I just saw the circles of death. Yes, I don't miss the circles.
No. And then we did have the circles of death.
I'm watching the little circles on your guys' video, and I'm like, is it me or is it you? I don't know what's going on.
I think it's you. I've got my neighbor works for the internet company. Okay. I'm confident my internet's great, but I could be wrong. But, you never know.
It probably is me.
It's that OFP internet. It's got to be. It's just doing its own thing.
Speaking of people on lists,
right?
I wonder how. I bet all of us are on a list. We're
Dude, I think
clear.
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I think you post one thing, you're going to be on a list.
Yeah, if you post about your Target shopping list, you're definitely on a list because you got money. You know what I mean?
Right. Or post about Jason Aldean's new song that is getting blown up.
That's a great thing to bring up,
man.
Because speaking of artists that don't suck, Gunroom Radio is the place to be. If you guys get a chance, check out Gunroom Radio. That's a selfless plug right there. That's what you guys need to be checking out. And then
Brandon's on it.
Yeah, and I think if we get the chance, I think we might be able to get Brandon on there. I think we can get some comedy skits. I'd love to incorporate you into my show. You look confused.
Yeah, hey, let me know. Like this, huh? I am confused. I think it's my internet cutting in and out. I'm about to try something. I'm probably going to drop off for a second.
All right, we'll follow it. Me and Jason got this. We'll just carry the show. That's what Jason's going to carry the show, folks.
Hero stock September 9th.
So far, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and get back real quick.
Nope, no worries.
Okay, yeah. Now let's talk hero socks for a minute, man.
So it's changing. It's growing. It's getting bigger by the day. We're now up to 15 states. We have 40 vendors, veteran, for-profit and nonprofit. I just met with the Bravo Zulu group that they're parachuting in with an American flag at 20 by 40.
How cool is that?
American flag. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's growing. Oh, you back, Brandon? All right, that looks better.
Yeah, you look good.
I think I'm back. I think I fixed this thing.
I figured it out. It's Mullins.
You guys
figured it out. I got on the right thing. Check this out. This is a great comment. This will give you some material here.
Yeah. No, I'm reading the comments too. That's what I'm over here like. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So Brandon, after
you say, okay, you know what? That brings up a good point.
Oh
no, I was gonna say. So, real quick, Facebook user flashed a female Air Force cat. That brings up a good point of mine. I was in Iraq. I'm over there taking a shower, and all of a sudden, here comes this female gunnery sergeant, just come in from a convoy. The female showers didn't have hot water. She comes in, announces she's there. I don't care if y'all look. I'm dirty. I'm taking a shower. She was in great shape.
Yeah.
I stayed in that shower for about an hour and a half.
He had to use his hero socks.
No longer had hot water, but yeah.
I was taking a cold shower, and I forgot where I was.
I needed a cold shower after that.
Right, no doubt. So, Brandon, after your tours in Afghanistan, you come back home. Where do you go when you come back home?
Well, I was in Iraq. I never got to Afghanistan, but yeah, I come home. So, I'm a Marine. My first deployment, single, come back. First place I went was the strip club.
Hell yeah.
Me and a bunch of buddies, and one of my guys actually married one of those girls, and she made enough money. He quit the Marine Corps, quit his job, quit everything, became a house husband. And I'm like,
That's
what happened
awesome.
to me?
That's awesome.
Dude, I was happy for him.
I would be happy for him too. That's what
I came back home.
OnlyFans woman
Oh.
make enough money to support me.
Yeah, that's really what OFP stands for. It's OnlyFans page. The best comedy is when I take my pants off.
I've been thinking about starting an OnlyFans where people pay me to put my clothes back on. That's what I've been thinking. But then they just don't have to watch, so that kind of ruins the whole thing.
Oh man.
So after you get out of the military, what's your next step in life?
So when I got out, I had actually I didn't have a lot of plans when I first got out. I was by that point I was married. My second deployment, I was already married and had a newborn. He was born January. I deployed February. I got the call on Valentine's Day, so that was a wonderful Valentine's Day, and my wife has definitely forgiven me for it. This far into our marriage. She doesn't remind me about it every single time I mess up. But
I hope she listens to the audio.
No, I got back from the second. Actually, it was actually really. I come back from my second deployment. I'm actually getting ready to get out of the Marine Corps anyway. Man, she doesn't even listen to me when I'm here. You think she's gonna listen to me on the internet?
You got a good point. I like that. I'm glad for you. That's probably best.
Yeah. But no, we ended up moving. I was getting ready to get out of the Marine Corps. My son actually waited until I got home from my second deployment to take his first steps. It was actually a really touching moment. My wife picked me up from Cherry Point, and we went back home. And I walk in the door, and he runs from his grandparents all the way across the kitchen to me and gives me a hug. And they're all like, "Oh my God, oh my God!" And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, He hasn't taken his first steps yet. He turned a year old while I was overseas, and she's like, yeah, he would not walk. He's like, this is the first time he's walked. When you walked in the door, I'm like, oh my God,
that's incredible.
And it's crazy. He's 16 years old now, and man, he's just like me, and that scares the shit out of me.
Is he the one washing balls?
Yeah, he's the ball washer. Oh man. His girlfriend works over at the golf course and got him a job. Oh,
bro, I died laughing.
Man,
I was about to die laughing watching that video today. I sat there and I gave it a watch. I was just like, no way. I was like, this is awesome. That's why I appreciate your brand of humor, because you can sit there and laugh at, yourself and everything going on around you. And that's what it really takes. But you said you got back, you got the kid, you decided to get out. Why did you decide to get out?
Really, it was kind of at the behest of my wife, because right when it was coming up, I could either re-enlist or get out. My commander basically told me, look, if you stay in, we're gonna send you to Afghanistan. We got another deployment coming up, which I was okay with. Matter of fact, let me talk about this real quick. This is one of those weird feelings. It took me a while to understand, and I still don't fully understand it. I went to Iraq. I came home, and I actually couldn't wait to go back. Same thing, even with the second deployment, even with leaving a wife and kid at home that time, I felt something missing to not go back. And I knew that if I stayed in the Marine Corps, that I was going to deploy all the time, and I would not be there for my wife and my kids. Mm-hmm. And so I made a decision there. I had some other things going on physically as well, but I made a decision to go ahead and get out and really help her and help raise the kids.
I love that. That's honorable. I mean, I can 100% relate to that. Tried to do the same thing. Didn't work out for me, but that's life. Such is life.
Such is life.
You deal with the blows that come your way. That's what you do. And then you sit there and you have fun with it. And, so you said, I think I heard this correctly, you had a stint as a firefighter.
Actually, I was a firefighter before I was a Marine. I started fighting fire. I was 15 years old in 2000.
No kidding.
And
so how'd that go?
I was actually So actually, it's a funny story. I was a poll worker. I was there working the polls for the 2000 election at my local fire department. So the town I came from in South Carolina is about this big.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Not that kind of poll worker, Jason. That's what I do now.
I was going to say, it's exactly what I thought when you said poll worker. I'm just like,
it's where I met my wife, man.
Right.
I support.
Okay, I was an elections worker.
There you go.
I forgot who I was talking to for a second. Because I love America. Okay. So yeah. So there I was.
No shit. There I was.
I was working the election. I didn't realize it was. So it was the fire department. It was their meeting night, and so those guys are showing up as we're putting all the ballots away and everything. And they're like, "Hey man, you should hang out. Just hang out for the meeting and see if it's something you want to do and whatnot." And I did. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with fighting fire. That was kind of my career path I was looking at. I was already talking to military recruiters, and I was looking at different branches and doing firefighting in the military. And then 9/11 happened, and like I said, I had a contract with the Navy. I may be the only Marine. I think Jason heard me say this. I may be the only Marine that has I almost joined the Navy story. I'm actually pretty smart. I had a contract to go nuke. And 9/11 happened. I called the Marine Corps recruiters. All right, what do I need to do? Get me overseas. Get me into something. And I guess it worked out for his numbers to put me in the reserves. But I went overseas quick. So.
I mean, that's really what matters. And I think we all kind of had that passion that, we wanted to do something after that, which is crazy. I didn't even think about it until we had Chris Naganuma on last week. And I was like, man, there's kids these days that are serving that have no idea what 9/11 was.
Right.
Yep.
Like,
well, there are kids that are serving now that their dad started out serving, in the original, first waves of the war, and now their kids are in the war.
It's insane to think about, man. It's just crazy to me.
Yep.
But you did that. So how, you said you really enjoyed the firefighting thing. Why didn't you pursue that after you got out?
So actually I did.
All right, there we go.
After I got out, I was, so my wife was, she is a nurse. So she was actually a primary breadwinner, which was freaking awesome. I was all about being a stay-at-home husband for a little bit. And then she got sick, and I was like, well, the only thing I'm qualified for right now is security or firefighting. And I'm like, I was already back in the volunteer fire department. As soon as I got out, I went right back to volunteering. But I went and took a paid job as a firefighter, pretty much right up until my body couldn't handle it anymore. So I left the fire service completely in 2016.
Yeah, I get that, man. I was a firefighter EMT for 10 years after I got out, and I loved it. But, got injured. Life took me where it would, and here I stand today. Now I'm running a podcast like an asshole. So, we got that going for us.
Firefighters kind of like the same as the military. You live in dog years. Your body broke down.
And man, don't put yourself down.
Yeah, it's fun times. But so we sat there. You did the firefighting thing. You were supporting your wife and doing what you could. Now I'm reading. I can't multitask very well, guys. I like it. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm gonna level with you. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, no, both of those are tough jobs right there.
I could not do child protective services, man. I couldn't do it. But anyways, let's go down the road where Brandon's like, you know what I should do? I should do comedy.
Yeah, how did the comedy start up?
All right, the short and sweet answer is my wife got really tired of my jokes and said, why don't you go tell it to some fucking other people? So
I could see that.
oh man.
What's the long
in all seriousness? Yeah, in all seriousness though, I mean the what?
The long, really explanatory version.
Okay. So what had happened was
these are my favorite stories when they start with what had happened was.
I don't know what y'all was seeing on your end. It's
you're skipping a little bit.
Being a firefighter, being an EMT, being a Marine, of course, we humor all the time. Even my wife being a nurse. Shit.
Oh, you're good now.
You're good.
All right. How are we looking now?
Glorious.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying. So look, firefighters, Marines, even my wife being a nurse in the field she worked in, we all deal with things, through humor, but it's really, really dark humor. Like I wouldn't tell the stories that we have on stage that we used to joke about. You know what I'm saying? The world is not ready for that. But I was, I really hate people. I hate being around people. And my wife was kind of working with the VA as well to try and get me out of the house. And it really, literally, she actually told me, you need to leave and go to a bar and hang out with some people. And I think she regrets that decision now. But I do remind her this was her idea for me to leave the house and go to a bar.
That's probably how the Marine Corps
But yeah, I started hanging out at the Legion and meeting some people and just shooting the shit. And that's exactly how the Marine Corps started. But no, a lot of people thought I was funny. They were like, hey, man, you really are funny. You should be a comedian. I thought they were just joking. And I started looking for some open mics after I finally got the courage up to do it.
Right.
Did a couple of open mics, bombed horribly, but I found it to be so much easier to be in a crowd when I'm on stage. I can see everybody, and we're kind of engaged. I've never been the let me be the center of attention kind of person, but once I was and I was on that stage, it just kind of clicked, man. And I have a lot of fun doing it.
I love that, man. And so you've gotten into like TikTok, and you make a lot of like funny TikToks, and I'm really curious how like you get all this. What do you want to call that? Brain fart. Good for me. I was trying to think of how you get all your material.
Oh, Jake, we lost Jason.
The word I was looking for. He'll be back. We'll get him. We'll get him back.
All right. So like I was actually going to say this a minute ago, all that material, just like the ball washing video and everything, that this is my life. This literally is my day-to-day. This is how we operate in my household. When I do these videos, 90% of the time, we're reenacting a conversation that just happened, or that happened earlier in the day or earlier in the week. All I do is write it down, and then we film it. Or same thing for my material on stage. As I look back at stories I've had, stories I've got from the Marine Corps or firefighting, stories from my family, and I write them down. Now I punch them up and I change some details, but that's all we do at home. We just joke with each other and have a good time.
Yeah, I love that it's not like dramatization, like, you know, you're not like over exaggerating. I mean, obviously there's a certain amount of it that you have to, but you're not like, you know, I had 700 pigs and you're like, all right, it was like, yeah, I fucking 2 pigs. It's not, we don't need to go that far, you know, but you're sitting there, you're honest and true to yourself. And I love that. So let's just, I don't know. I like, how much do you enjoy it? How much has it changed since you started doing comedy as opposed to where you are now?
For me personally, I really hate to go back and look at my very early stuff, even like my first paid performance, which was over a year ago now. Like I said, comparatively, look, I haven't been doing this very long compared to a lot of people. I've been doing this about 3 or 4 years. As far as actually going on stage, not just, you know, shooting the shit in the bar room, but moving to this side of it, away from the open mics and more to the professional, what I call the professional side of comedy. It's a huge difference. Definitely the business of comedy can suck a little bit of the fun out of it, but I live for that moment that, look, everybody's with me, everybody's cracking up, having a good time. You're taking, you know, I'm able to take somebody out of their head for a little bit, and it's my world and everybody's just having fun, you know? And I think that's really cool. As far as my material,
like the most important part to you? Is like just being able to help people?
Yeah, absolutely. If I can't connect with somebody, if I can't help them just escape for a little bit, and that, look, I try to do that every day. That's why, you know, I do that when I'm out at the bar. I do that with my kids. You know, when my kids come to me with something, I've had my kids come to me crying and just sobbing if something happened at school or whatever, and I try to turn it around and make it funny. I do the same thing with my wife. It doesn't always work with her, but I try to find the humor in it. Well, sometimes I like it.
Yeah, that's fair. Who doesn't?
But
gotta be kinky.
Yeah, I try to find the humor in it because, yeah, man. But I try to find the humor in it because when you're down and when you're in that low spot, and I've been in that low spot a lot. I've struggled with some really dark thoughts, and to kind of flip it on its head and be like, okay, no, let's look at it like this. Oh God, that's funny as hell. Why am I even upset about this? You know?
Right. I mean, that's a lot of the fun in sitting there. You kind of, I don't even know. My buddy sat there and had, you know, like his house got blown up by fireworks. And I deal with things very much like you do with as a Marine. And I'm like, yeah, looking back, it's kind of funny. He's like, shut the fuck up. It is not. I was like, nah, it's kind of funny, man. I said, you just had a shitload of fireworks go off in your house because of acetone. I said, that's pretty fucking funny, man. I was like, what are the odds of that happening? I was like, that just doesn't happen in real, like, general life, man. And you got to be able to sit there and laugh at the moments that normal people don't laugh at. Because if you can do that, you can get through anything.
Yep.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
I've gotten cussed out before and just got the weirdest looks because, like, I'll be on a fire scene and just all of a sudden just start laughing hysterically. And I had one of my buddies, he's like, "What the hell are you laughing about?" Like, dude, that roof collapsed and we almost just died. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. And he's over there like shaking, like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm like,
everything. I'm just screwed up, man.
Everything, yeah. I am.
I love that.
But that's how I have to see the world. That's how I have to see the world, because if I don't, like I said, I've been through so much crap in my life, even starting in my childhood, that, you know, I don't know what I would, actually, I do know what I would do, but I don't want to say it out loud again. But Yeah, that is, you gotta look at it differently, man. Shit, my birth certificate. Let's start all the way back from where I was born. My birth certificate under father says unknown.
Does it really?
It really does.
Well, I mean, at least it doesn't say.
Really does.
At least it doesn't say, like mother him.
Well, no. See, here's the deal. See, I think the reason it says unknown is because I'm pretty sure my mother was a virgin, and I'm only the second virgin birth that's ever happened in history. So you know what that means.
You could be the next Jesus. You're the rebirth of Jesus. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for it. This is the second coming, and I just finally figured it out. We figured it out here first on the Shadow Mark podcast.
I'm looking for the lightning. Hold on.
Right.
I've been waiting to get lit on fire for all my jokes for years, man. We may be safe. We may be safe. I don't know. We could be, could not be. We'll find out. If I die of a tragic accident
it took me
in
30
an hour,
years.
let me know.
It took me 30 years to figure out why I didn't like Chevrolet vehicles, though. I never understood why I didn't like Chevys until literally 2 weeks ago. My mother told me that I was conceived in the back of a Chevy. Now I know.
Hey, that explains it, man. I mean, it's hard to be conceived in a Chevy when you're sitting there and you're the Immaculate Conception.
It was a Chevelle, so I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I can give him that.
Well, that's worth it. That's why you were conceived in it, because it was a Chevelle. That'd get me wet too, man. I'm just saying.
I get it, man. I ride Harleys. Believe me, I get it.
So what else do you like to do, man? What follows you around? What keeps you entertained outside of doing comedy, and like what keeps you?
Hookers and cocaine.
Yeah, that's fair. I do blow.
No, God, no. I bet you do. You got the lips like you do.
Yeah. It's the mustache. That's why I keep the mustache.
Oh man. No, in all seriousness, I ride motorcycles. Matter of fact, my wife said at one point that when I started, I rode when I was a teenager, and I took a big break, for the Marine Corps and family and everything. And probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I was able to get back on motorcycles and afford to have one again. And she credits Harley Davidson with saving our marriage. And I'm like, and it also almost destroyed it at one point, but that's another story.
A lot of guys, a lot of veterans use gun therapy. That's a huge deal. Getting out in the wind and just letting it, not so much blow through your hair with you, but breeze on the knees and that kind of thing. So,
right.
I wear pants, thank you, most of the time.
Right.
I learned my lesson the one time I wore shorts.
Oh no, it's either pants or a kilt. I got my leather kilt.
Nice.
I just want to see your balls hanging out on a motorcycle now. That's all I can picture.
See, I knew that about you before we even spoke. I knew that about you.
Yeah, you should.
I'm psycho. I mean, psychic.
Yeah, that's it. Psychic. Yeah,
that's getting clipped. 3856.
But no, I have some of my best ideas when I'm just out riding. I mean, I can clear my head. I get out of my head, and literally ideas will just come to me, and it helps me. It really has helped me process a lot of stuff. As mad as my wife has gotten when I've been gone for a long time riding, she admits that my attitude, my demeanor, just the way I am with her and the kids has been a lot better since I got back to riding. So I can go out, get out of my head. I can work out problems.
So as far as your mental health goes, how's that been since you started doing comedy and you started doing what you're doing? I mean, has it helped? Has it been more beneficial for you?
Overall, yeah, it's been a lot more beneficial for me because it's put me in situations and it's put me around people that I wouldn't normally be around, and I'm telling things about myself, like you said, you know, and it's the truth. I'm putting myself out there, and which is a very difficult thing to do, especially, you know, for me. I've been a private person, you know, most of my life, and to put these things out there, and then the response that I've gotten back. I think if I'd gotten a different response, maybe I'd have a different answer here. But I've gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of positive feedback from a lot of different people, veterans and non-veterans, and that has just been amazing. A lot of mentoring, and met a lot of really good veteran comedians that have helped me out and helped guide me. And I really think I'm in a lot better place mentally than I have been, maybe even ever.
I think my house is about to blow down, so if I just disappear, it's ridiculous out right now.
Hey, last time I had a bad storm going on over here. I get it.
I'm just waiting to blow away. I just looked out the window. The rain sideways. It's hailing. I think the tree's blowing over as we speak.
Oh yeah, you guys got a good one going right now, don't you?
Can you hear that?
No, I'm watching it on radar.
No, it's ridiculous right now. Holy shit!
Facebook user, veteran comedians in San Antonio. I don't know. Okay, actually, yeah. So you do have one out there. God, why can I not think of his name right now? I know on Facebook he's called. He has a Facebook page, the Combat Veteran Facebook page, and he's done a bunch of videos and stuff. He's out there. I know actually tonight is it tonight in Austin? I know a group was just there. Best Medicine Brigade was just there in Texas, doing some hilarious comedy, HEAL, hilarious. Yeah, there are a lot of veteran comedians in Texas. Texas has got a lot of veterans, but they've got a lot there. They're in comedy.
Yeah, this is my buddy
minutes.
Mullins.
That's pretty good.
I'm really excited for him, man.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. And here's the thing too. I would say you might think you fussing at the lawn guy. What are you doing?
Looking outside and thinking about my poor truck.
Oh.
Hey, you got insurance.
Yeah. Hey, if you're trying to get into comedy, yeah. If you're trying to get into comedy, go to whatever open mic you can. Take all the advice that you can, and I'm gonna tell you, like I was told, take everybody's advice, but then you still have to do your own thing. But there are certain things you might think you got 15 minutes of material, but once you whittle it down and really get into it, you may only have 5 minutes. First time I got on stage at an open mic, you get 5 minutes, and I didn't even get to the punchline because I had so much in my story. It was like an 8-minute story to get to the punchline, and it wasn't funny. You know, and that's an art and it's a craft, and it takes time to learn, and it takes practice. But man, don't stop.
That's what I was gonna look. That's what I was gonna ask you. How important was the failing?
It is the most
how
important.
Important was it to you, bomb?
It is the most important. It is. Everybody's gonna bomb. Even now, I still have nights where I bomb, and I can tell the same jokes to different crowds, 7 different crowds, and I'm gonna get 16 different reactions. And a lot of it depends on the crowd. Not everybody's going to get it, and that's okay. Like there's not a single comedian alive today or has ever been alive that hasn't bombed, even when they've hit the top. Even Dave Chappelle and these guys, they still have nights where they bomb.
Yeah, because that's how they learn whether a joke's going to hit or not, right?
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot more to it than even when I first got into it. There's a lot more to it than what even I thought, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know about. It's not just getting out there and being funny. It's almost like writing music. There's a rhythm to a joke, where you put the pause and where you put the punchline.
I was gonna say, how much do you work on your voice?
A lot. I will sit here in my garage and I'll record my set in segments and go back and watch it and go, okay, I don't like the way I did that, or I don't like this word. Let me change it. When I go and do open mics, I record myself at the open mics. If I'm working on new jokes, I'll go to open mic and I'll record myself. I don't gauge so much on the audience's reaction as I do on what I see. But the audience reaction also, I mean, it absolutely helps. But a lot of these open mics, it's other comedians that, you know, they're looking at their stuff. They're not going to laugh. A lot of times they're not going to laugh. They're not even going to look up at you. You're just on stage telling your jokes. So you have to be able to, you have to really be able to look inside yourself or truly look at yourself and evaluate yourself.
Gosh, that's like some deep shit. That's man. I don't know if I want to look at myself and evaluate
and I think
myself,
you know what
I mean.
I would say, now that I say it out loud, I guess it makes more sense about, you know, kind of how it's helped me, because it does. It'll bring to light all your faults and things that you're fighting, and you have to deal with it if you want to get better. If you don't want to get better and you just want to, you know what, I bombed, I'm done. I tried it one time, and that's fine too. I'm not saying that's not okay. Right. I'm just saying, for me, it's helped me process things better. I can step back and look at it and go, okay, I was wrong. I need to fix this.
Right. What have you found out about yourself for doing this?
Well, I wish I'd have wrote something down. I found that there's a limit to. I'm sorry, I'm reading this comment. Yeah, man, absolutely, I agree with you. Yep, comedy can be a lifesaver, and yeah, things are messed up, but you do what you got to do. So as far as for me, comedy really, it watching myself, it kind of shined a light on my insecurities, and not just me, having that other veteran comedian watch me, you know, analytically, and then come back and give me advice as a brother, as a sister. You know, I know they're not trying to hurt my feelings. They're not trying to cut me down or compete with me, because we're trying to help each other rise. But to give me that honest feedback, and then that helps me to look at myself too and go like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I can see here through my body language, I'm scared. Why am I scared?
Right.
Or I can see here through my voice that, you know, I'm I'm rushing it, or why am I trying to force this? What's wrong? Is it something wrong with me, or is something wrong with the joke? And
right.
You know, well, the thing I think
there's a lot more to it.
Comedy's like being a singer. I mean, it's a long game. It's not something that you jump up on a stage and you tell, you know, 30 minutes of jokes and all of a sudden now you're a superstar. It takes time. It's you gotta grind your ass off to get wherever you go. You know, and I think a big problem that we have in the world today is that instant gratification. You know, for somebody like you that can jump up and grind through this and continue to improve what you're doing is a testament to who you are too. You know, that never quit, that never die. Let's keep pushing and make this better. You know, which probably kind of goes back to the military and what we had to deal with there.
Yep. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to fail, but I'm definitely. What the hell?
Oh. You never know what comments you're going to get on this show.
When we go into commercial break, I'm going to have to get a refill at this point.
All right. So this is where we fill the show in with Hero Socks. Welcome to Hero Socks, home of the
Hero
jacket
Socks.
Where we're.
Oh my God.
And we have the jacket off competition.
Yeah, we have the jacket off competition.
Oh God.
In case you didn't know.
Please talk about that.
Oh fuck, dude. I'm gonna let Jason talk about this.
We were doing a Memorial Day extravaganza.
I'll be right back.
We are actually doing the jacket drive. So, you know, if you do have a jacket that's lightly, gently used that you want to donate at Hero Stock this year, we will have a drive basket set up for the jackets for veterans.
Yeah, we're just trying to help out.
Yeah, but it's changed the name a little bit, so it's not quite as obscene. But yeah,
well, man,
Not
still
as
calling
obscene.
I'm still calling it the jacket off. I don't care what anybody says. I got these flies flying around here. I'm just driving nuts. Leave my fucking drink alone. Kick somebody's ass.
I love that this is live, and Brandon's like, "Boop, I'm out. I gotta go grab something."
I don't blame him. I sit there up live. I gotta grab a drink too. I get it, man. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, Jason was telling you about the jacket.
You hear my voice. You hear my voice, right?
Yep.
I'm getting Paris Island voice over here. I heard about that. As a matter of fact, you know what? It gave me an idea. I told you about my buddy here. He's actually doing a coat drive around the same time. And I told him about what you were doing. I'm like, dude, you got to steal this name. I'm like, I'll talk to him, but you got to steal this name. It's freaking awesome.
Absolutely. We're sharing it.
You know, honestly, what we should do is do a nationwide jacket off competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know, and we get coats for homeless veterans and socks. You know, if you want to donate socks, because apparently if you wear socks, it's not gay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff like that and make it a national wide deal and name it the jacket off competition.
We could have a nationwide jacket off.
Okay, so why don't we do it?
Let's do it.
Like, we just came up with this live.
Like I'm in.
Now.
Let's make up some flyers.
Let's make it.
And let's make it happen. Huh?
I'm all about this, man.
I got you.
I've made contact in about 15 different states, probably 18 different states now. So we could probably get something going where we could do something like that.
I would love to, man. I think that'd be amazing.
We could jacket off coast to coast, baby.
That's what we'll call it. The jacket off coast to coast.
That's awesome.
We just made it even better. Jacket off coast to coast.
Yep. No, seriously, hook me up with your buddy that wants to do the jacket drive, man, and we can discuss it offline.
Is G-Man? Yeah, you've got his contact info already.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I'll hit him up, and we'll see if we can't get the coast to coast jacket off competition going.
So, what do you got going on?
Jacket off worldwide.
Yes. Let's go even bigger. Let's go even bigger, baby.
That's awesome.
Hey, I hate to break it to you. I have jacked it off worldwide. And the Marine Corps paid for it.
I'm not eating
the nice.
You know what I'm talking about. That's the most effed up part about it.
Yeah.
Right. No doubt.
So what's the future look like for OFP comedy?
I have no idea, and I absolutely love it.
I love that, man.
I quit. I honestly, after the Marine Corps, after Iraq, I quit trying to make those kind of plans. The only plans I've got set in stone is that I'm going to raise my kids. I got 3 boys, and they're all teenagers at this point. So I'm gonna make sure that they get out of the house, and they are out there they're gonna be good young men. Outside of that, man, I take it as it comes. Not like that, Jason. Knock it off.
The jacket off competition. You know who's the leader?
We're jacking off, and then we're coming. Worldwide.
Man, where's my pen?
Let's hear it. We got to hear this.
Oh no, I'm thinking about flyer ideas right now. Jacket off worldwide.
That's awesome.
Here we come. Got you. Oh yeah. No, that's happening. That's freaking happening.
I love this. This is the best show on earth. This is why. Because we come up with stupid ideas like this that are helping the world. This is like when you drink and you solve all the world's problems and you forget about it. But we're taking notes and it's recorded. So you know it's going to be able to look back on and you can be like, yeah, we solved all the world's problems. We're getting it.
Yep.
If we remember to go back and look at
it. Yeah, if we remember. Which we probably will not.
Nah, we'll remember. Jason's going to send me an email tomorrow. Hey, man.
How about that Jacket Off Worldwide competition?
Hell
What
yeah.
was that freaking Moot Step Brothers? We could just
Yeah.
do a
Oh my
skit, a
God.
skit off. We could do a skit off that. Jack it off worldwide, wide.
Right. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm on a boat.
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
We're gonna jack it off with them boats and hoes. Boats and hoes. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna do it.
Triple B's over there trying to get his credit for the inspiration. I'll give you the credit, buddy.
Yeah, we'll throw it out. We'll throw
Triple
it
B,
out.
you get it, man. Jack it off worldwide. Everybody's coming. All Triple B right there, baby. We're gonna promote that. I'm gonna make sure you get the credit for that, just because. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Such a good show, man. Anyway, so
Well, let's keep it to ourselves on that, because that might be copyrighted, man.
No, it's not. It probably is, but not the Jack It Off worldwide.
No. That's we got that.
Here's an idea for you, Jason. So we take the music show. We take the music show on the road, and we call it the Jack It Off Worldwide Tour.
Why not? Why not? Hero Socks hosting the Jack It Off Worldwide Tour. Love it.
Dude. Yeah.
And we could throw some comedy in there.
Man, we could do a telethon.
Yeah. Oh,
I would totally do a telethon and raise money for that. We could do the Jack It Off Worldwide telethon.
Dude, I need to be a part of this all. We need to do this. You know how freaking excited I'd be to be a part of a telethon
in a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I haven't either.
Right.
It was like Live Aid back in whatever freaking year that was with Queen and all them. That was the last good one.
Yeah.
Back
so Brandon,
we're going to be so much better.
Brandon, where do you come out of then? What state are you living in? What state are you living in right now? I guess I should rephrase the way I asked the question.
I come out of this. I come out of the same place as most other dudes, I think. Anyway. No, I'm in South Carolina. I currently live in the Charleston area. Like 100 families a day are moving here. It's crazy. If anybody's watching this looking at moving to Charleston, we are full. The traffic is horrible, and none of you can drive.
Just stay home. Get out. Do you ever work with Vet Life for Life out there?
I have not yet. Matter of fact, I just got hooked up with him when I saw the post from you. I didn't even know he existed, and I felt so bad about that. But I reached out to him. I put a word out to my people. He got a good place. He got a place. I'm looking forward to doing some work with him in the future. We had a good phone conversation the other day, and I really like what he's trying to do. And I'm kicking myself that I didn't even know about it until you put it out. Why does it take a guy from Oklahoma to tell me about a guy that's up the street? And I'm not technically savvy either way. So.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
All right.
I'm in Nebraska.
Oklahoma, Nebraska. I mean, it's the same thing, right?
It's the same
thing, right?
TJ's our Oklahoma. TJ's our Oklahoma. So,
but yeah, I mean that and he does great things, man. Out there, he's doing a ton of stuff. Sean Laurie with Vet Life for Life, and he popped up on my post the other day, and I was like, man, I got to share this out. And I've made so many contacts with Hero Stock, you being one of them, and I was like, I know I got people in South Carolina, I just don't know exactly who it is. So I dropped it out there. I'm glad you guys could make that contact too. So
yeah,
man.
Well, it actually. I found a couple of other contacts because I put it out, and then some people I know, they actually put me in contact with some people they know that I didn't. And I mean, there is such a huge network out there and I was thinking about this earlier. There's such a huge network of veterans that are doing things like this. We're doing comedy, we're doing motivational speaking, and we're doing all these things to try and improve the lives of not just other veterans, but people in general. But we're all disconnected. I mean, I mean, we all kind of get in our head and we're doing our own thing. But I think if we really can all get connected and we all get on the same page, I mean, there's nothing that can stop us.
Yeah,
well, and
that's what me and TJ talked about.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're headed towards with Hero Stock, is to make this a national hub. You know, everybody looks to Hero Stock to find those connections of, you know, Sean Lurie's, the Brandons, the Shadow Marks, the different podcasts, and to be able to, you know, because we have 66,000 nonprofits throughout the United States. You know, it's hard to connect 66,000 people, and all 66,000 are not in it for the right reasons.
Right.
No,
you know, so you vet who you bring in, you ensure that everybody fits the right bill, and then you can make those connections. When we do have somebody that has something like that happen, we can just go, hey, Brandon, dude, we got Sean Lurie's over here. He's looking for something. Can you help him out? You know, he's in your area, and bam, you've got it covered, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Hero
kind
Stock.
of
Hero Stock's really going to be like the porn hub of veteran community.
Oh, I'm definitely in now. Totally in.
That's our new tagline. The porn hub of the veteran community.
I got you guys, man.
Everybody plugs in right here.
Everyone plugs in. You know?
Oh,
are
man.
you in?
I'm actually going to text that to my board right now because we've been working on taglines. So
there you,
hold on.
There you go, man. There you go. That's awesome.
Always in. I also don't know what the hell is happening. The crotch keeps vibrating, and I'm not sure what's happening anymore. I'm not using those kind of toys. That is not what's happening.
Man, look, you're married, right?
Nope. Was.
I am.
Was okay. Well, if you've been married, then you know this. You know you got 3 bags, right?
Yep.
You got the go bag. You were in the military. I know you got a go bag.
Always.
Right? Oh yeah.
To get out of town. You got
Yep.
the hoe bag for when your wife or your husband's out of town. And then you got the no bag to keep them around in town. I got a no bag.
Right. So does Derek.
Hey, look, man.
I have
Look,
to.
man. Sometimes I need a little backup.
You're right. Little help.
I'm tired. I've been working all day.
Oh my God, man!
Here, use the D cells.
That'll keep me off.
If you ain't got a 9-volt, I don't want to be a part of it. If I can't lick the battery when I'm done to get myself a little excited, what's the point?
It's not a bad way of looking at it.
That's what I'm saying, man. You gotta have some excitement in your life. Like all right, if you lose me, it's because I just punched my computer screen trying to kill this fly. Oh my God! I got a text from the TJ Davidson.
Okay.
He's the other host, Joe Mingo.
Oh, cool.
He's great. Anyways, we're back to you. Let's talk about how we can promote you.
I think we're doing a pretty good job, man. Look, I told you I got sweat in my eye is what I got. Jesus.
I'm convinced I'm just going to keep you here forever. So,
like I said, I'm not very technically savvy. I think I've hit the learning curve pretty good with the videos and stuff. And
you see me swinging a fucking hat at a fly, so
I see that.
I'm not really technically savvy either. So, fly swatter.
I mean, look, honestly, what I'm trying to do, I was telling Jason earlier backstage, I've kind of, the last month or so, I've kind of backed off from taking gigs and things. I've got stuff going on around the house and things I've been trying to take care of. I've been booking for 2024 and trying to get 2024 filled up. So honestly, look, if you guys know anybody that wants a veteran comedian, know anybody that wants a show, you got somebody that needs somebody to help fill in on a show or host,
I know a guy.
throw my name out there. I mean, have bike, will travel.
You know. Do you work with Operation Encore at all?
I have not. No.
Okay. So I'm actually going to get tied in with Operation Encore with a event in Missouri next year.
Okay.
And they are starting down that path, I believe, of veteran comedians,
Okay.
working with veteran comedians to help them get established, get them going. They help pay for going to gigs, that kind of stuff, which is what they're doing with the bands right now. You know, the singers, they're getting their media package done. They're doing that kind of stuff. And then like they're paying for Scotty Hastings to come into Hero Stock this year. They're covering his plane tune and stuff. So that might be an avenue that once I get in with them, I can kind of steer you into them too. And you know, we got Billy Two Guns out of Lincoln here. He's a funny comedian. He's also a Marine. You know, and I'd love to see a tour of veteran comedians get going. You know, kind of like what we're doing with the veteran music singers. We're trying to bring in a big name headliner to come in, but we want to have 5 veteran singers underneath this big headliner. So the headliner comes in to bring the crowd. These other guys and gals get a chance to show who they are and what they're doing with their music. And you know, I'd love to see the same thing kind of happen for comedians too, because dude, the dark humor that military, first responders, all of us go through and we have, dude, that's some funny stuff. Like when you start really listening to it, man, there's some funny stuff that comes out of that. You know, so I'd love to see something like that happen down the road where, you know, we put together a tour of 6 veteran comedians to come in and do, you know, just shows, and we do kind of a traveling show deal and make a deal with that.
And like I said, man, getting on the radio, if you want to start doing some skits, put some skits together for me, I'd love to do some skits with you on the radio and have you work you in there. I got 3 hours to fill, man. So I'm happy to throw you in there.
Well, you can ask my wife. I'm great at filling holes, man.
Hell yeah.
He does have 3 kids.
That's all it takes. Man. I just need you to fill in these holes a little bit.
So,
not Navy.
2024, is that the big year for you? Or are you going to really start having a bust out year and doing some big tours? Or
so that is kind of my plan and my hope. So you're talking about a veteran comedy tour. So right now, I know, like I was talking about Best Medicine Brigade and the Hilarious Tour, HEAL. That is actually run by Robin Phoenix, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel. She's a comedian. I think she's on 3 different tours right now, but that tour in particular is only open to veteran comedians and military spouse comedians. And I think it's I know she's out there, and Ashley Gutermuth and Mandatory Fun Day. I think she's got a few others running around. Stan Shelby. Like I said, they've been going around the country and doing a competition, which I'll actually be competing in later this year.
Awesome.
I think they're, as a matter of fact, I think they're in Fayetteville tomorrow night. They're doing a competition in Fayetteville tomorrow night. Yeah. So your buddy that was talking about, you know, comedy and open mic stuff. Yeah, this would be great. You get your material worked out. I know she's wanting to do some more of these competitions. The finals are going to be aired on Vet TV. But at the same time, I mean, you know, I don't think that tour has gotten as much attention, and it's definitely not as big as it should be. And I had not heard of this Operation Encore before. Again, this is all the stuff I haven't heard about. Like I said, I'm just now really getting into social media and stuff, and I'm still trying to figure stuff out. It's all I can do to keep up with my videos and comments and stuff. And I'm trying to figure out really how to best do all of this stuff. But but I want to. So, but yeah, any help you guys can give, or any pitfalls you fell into that I can try to avoid, dude, man, I'm an open book, man. I'm a sponge. You know,
that's how we are.
Soak it up. Just
let me here's the crazy thing is
soak it up.
I've been in the veteran nonprofit world now going on 5 years, and I'm literally still finding veteran nonprofits within the state of Nebraska, 30 miles away from me.
Wow.
You know, and I've been in this world for 5 years and pretty active in the world of the veteran nonprofits. And dude, I'm still literally running across people in my own home state that I had no clue even existed. So that's why we need to have that hub, that centralized hub for everybody to know, hey, we've got all these veteran nonprofits, and the cool thing is
right.
whether it's comedian, being a comedian, whether it's being a singer, Wheels for Warriors with the motorcycles, Deuced Outfitters with hunting, there's just so many different flavors that nobody knows how to get to them, so I really want to become that hub. And I want to have guys like you and Derek and, the other podcasts that I've done and the groups that I'm working with to kind of spread that word too, that, hey, this is what we're doing. And we want to make this the central hub to where we can plug you into Operation Encore and we can get you and Billy Two Guns hooked up to, possibly do a tour at some point. And, that comedian tour that's going around right now that I'd never even heard of,
right.
And it's all veterans. So,
that's what me and TJ talked about too.
Yeah, you watch my page, dude. I share everything veteran. Like I hardly have anything personal on my page. On my personal page, it's all veteran events that I'm sharing. That's what we have to do as veterans. Is you see those groups that you start pushing it out, and I promote you, you promote me, and together we all grow, and we're all going towards the same mission. So.
It's like I said, how hard is it to sit there and like promote each other? It's free. It doesn't cost anything to sit there and get on your TikTok or your Facebook and just share a page. I mean, all that shit's free. So there's no reason we shouldn't be supporting each other. I love a little bit of healthy competition. That's one of my things. I think it's healthy for everybody. But at the same time, we're all on the same team. So have the healthy competition, but have it for the right reasons. And realize we're all working for the same team. You're not my competition. You're my brother. You're my family in this veteran community that we're building. So that's what me and TJ keep focusing on.
And that right there is what I love about Best Medicine Brigade and Operation Hilarious. I know I've talked about them a couple of times, but it's because I kind of been there and watched it happen from the beginning, and now I'm kind of involved with it, which I think is cool. I'm doing the competition later this year. But that is kind of their whole thing. So in the comedy world, there's a lot of competition. There really is. And there's a lot of, I'm looking out for me, not you. And I really hate that sentiment. There are definitely people out there trying to work with each other, but this particular group is all about, we're veterans, we're helping each other. We're not in competition. We're all trying to make each other better. What's the old saying? A rising shit still stinks. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's not where I was expecting that to go. I was expecting like Paul Shatur.
I was thinking more the cream. Yeah, the cream of the crop.
What is it with you guys and cream
of the crop, brother?
Oh my God, man! You guys are just hitting up that Department of the Navy side tonight, aren't you?
We are.
Seamen, hooray!
You're killing me, Smalls. All right, but
no, and I would love to actually include some like a piece of comedy into the Hero Stock tour once we start that. Have a night of veteran comedians come in and just blow up the stage and burn down the house with being funny. Because laughter is the best medicine. So
it really is, man.
I'll be honest with you. I've seen it done in at other concert events where they have a comedian as the host and introducing the different bands, because obviously in between the bands, there's a lot of stuff moving around. Everybody there, you got to move the one band's equipment off. You got to bring the other one out. You got to set up the stage. They're doing the backdrop. And if they got pyro, they're doing, they got to set up all this stuff. So you've got time. And, why can't you, plug a host or a couple different comedians in those slots? I mean, that's a good, 5 or 10 minute slot.
Yep.
I mean, I know people are going to be wandering around getting drinks and talking with each other, but the folks that are still just sitting there, they get some out of it.
Brings up the question: how important is it for you to have an opener for your comedy shows? How important is a good opener?
So, for traditional comedy shows, the comedy standard is a 3-comedian show: an open, a feature, and a headliner. For me personally, I wouldn't say it's a huge deal, but it does help, because a lot of times, especially if I'm going to a VFW, an American Legion, somewhere where I know it's a heavily veteran crowd,
right?
I don't worry about it at all. Like I said, I may just have 2 comedians. I might bring a host, I might not. But when I'm doing these bar shows, or when you're doing a theater show or something, when you're in a group of people that you have no idea what their background is. I mean, you kind of know your audience, and you can kind of tell from looking at them, but still, you don't know. It's extremely important to have an opening act so that you, as the feature or the headliner, can really hone in on where the crowd is at that night, and how they're feeling, and how are you going to best get that laughter from them and get them out of that headspace. So if that opener's doing jokes and you're just completely bombing, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. It's like testing the waters. That is the hardest job in comedy, is being the host and being the opener. Absolute hardest job in comedy.
God, that sounds miserable. Like you're just the test dummy for everyone.
Yeah, you're the crash dummy. If you crash and burn, you are going to make the other comedians look so much better. If they're doing their part right, yeah.
Right.
All right, that must be Mullins. He's taking off. I love Mullins. Mullins, have fun. Love you, buddy. TJ's in the group. He's the one that said, "We like it creamy. Get over it." So he's out there still throwing one-liners from where he's at.
Right.
If you give him about 15 more minutes, which I'm not going to allow him, he'll be drunk enough that we're going to get some really good lines. So,
or we could get banned. One of the two.
Or we're going to get banned. Well, thankfully, he's on the Facebook side. He'll get banned before we do. So,
right.
Thought you were talking about me for a second. I was about to say,
no, you're not going to get us banned, man. You've been super PC compared to some of them. Like, I don't know. I thought we were all going to get Brian Roof banned here Wednesday.
Yeah,
we need to have you on that, Brandon. That's where we need to have you. Wacky Wednesdays, man.
Send me an invite. I'm there.
We will send you an invite. Wacky Wednesdays, man. I really did. It was Jason's birthday, and I really thought we were about to get Brian kicked off the interweb. So
I got your number, Brandon. So I will be sending that invite to you on this Wednesday. We had awesome. 7 of us on there total?
Yeah,
and
we had 7 of us. Me and Shannon Book just kept going at it back to back.
Yeah, that got pretty sideways pretty quick.
It was pretty awesome. That's what we need more of.
Right.
We need more of that.
Yeah, that was fun. That was definitely fun.
Hey, hello from Phoenix. That's what I like to see, man. Nice. Getting always more information. But anyways, I don't want to keep you all night, Brandon, and I appreciate everything you've talked to us about and everything you've done. Let's give you a moment to pimp all of your stuff. And then I'm going to ask my usual question. And then I got to figure out whether Jason wants to do TJ's usual closer or if he wants me to.
Yeah, I'm going to have you do it.
Okay. Fair enough. That way, anyways, Brandon, let's pimp you out, man. Let's get everything we can out there for you. And let's have you tell everyone where they can find you, where you're going to be.
Well, hey, Derek, Shadow Mark, look, thank you guys so much for having me on. Jason, great to see you again. Everybody out there, you can find me. I'm right now, I'm only on Facebook and Instagram. Brandon Johnston, OFP Comedy. Make sure you put the T in Johnston because Johnson was just too small for me. But yeah, you can follow all my stuff there. I've got, I do have some patches and stickers and other things available if you private message me. I'm working on t-shirts. I'm working on hopefully having an actual website and an actual online store before the end of this year if I stop being lazy. But yeah, again, Facebook, Instagram, follow me. I put all my show information out there. I'm sharing other people's shows and things. So thank you guys. And thank you guys for having me on.
No, I love it. And what we usually ask at the end of every show is what you take from the show. I don't know that there's probably a whole lot you could have taken from the show because we got sidetracked so much. But if you did take anything from the show, what'd you take from the show, Brandon?
I feel like I gave more than I took.
I feel like you did too.
Right.
Like I said, I feel like I gave more than I took, but no, actually, you hit me with some questions that I hadn't thought about as much in a while, and I really appreciate that. And like I said, it's always good um, to have that self introspection and really reevaluate yourself. But hanging out with you guys, and I love the fact that I'm meeting more and more veterans who want to be. Look, let's all get together. Let's all be on the same page. Let's help everybody rise up. Let's help those that have fallen down and need a hand. Look, I've been that guy that has fallen down and needed a hand, and I didn't feel like there was anybody there for me. I'm sure there was, but I certainly didn't feel like it. And I love the fact that there's so many veterans out there, and I meet more and more every day that we are trying to not just give a hand out, but we're trying to give a hand up. And thank you guys for doing what you do. And I appreciate you having me here again.
No, I love it, man. That's awesome. Jason, what'd you take from the show? You don't even get a choice. You had to have taken it from it.
You know, I already knew this, but I still took it again this time. Brandon Johnston is fucking funny, dude.
Right.
And we're definitely hooking up the Jacket Off Worldwide competition. It's going to happen. It will happen. No, man.
Yes. Here we come, baby. Here we come.
Here we come. Here we come. You know, honestly, it's same deal with Brandon. You know, it's just finding that connection with somebody and working towards that common goal of let's build this up. You know, let's build each other up, and let's make this thing better. Let's make it bigger. Whatever you're doing, you know, be that guy that pumps up the next guy that says, "Hey, you know, keep doing what you're doing," you know, or here, try it this way. But let's make everybody better. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it better. And stay away from the Navy side.
Yeah. Didn't work out. Man, I got big shoes.
My wife wants it bigger and better too, man, but I hate to disappoint.
Yeah. I'll give you 8 hard inches. It's going to take 4 or 5 times, but.
Oh, man, they got a store for that right down the street. I told you, no bag. You got to get the no bag.
Right.
Yeah, no bag. Right. That's right. Forgot about that. I don't got to worry about that. I don't got anything I want to share with. So, anyways, what I took from tonight that just, you know, you just got to be yourself. You got to love what you do and you got to have fun with it. And the more we can do that and the more we can share with each other and actually take from each other and build as a team, the better we're going to be. We're not going to get anywhere not being a team. And I think more people need to realize that, you know what I mean? Like they really do. They need to sit there and quit looking at each other as, well, you're my competition. You're my direct. I don't want you making money. I don't want you succeeding. We all need to look after each other to succeed, at least as veterans and first responders and heroes. I think we can all look after each other, and we're deep in the pocket of people anyway. So I think we can afford to get along, get together, and work together because I want to support all of you guys. I want to see everyone else succeed before I even want to see myself succeed, man. It's just what I do. And that being said, now is where the big fucking TJ follow-up comes up, and I got to do this right. Don't be a cocksucker. If you're being a cocksucker, nobody's going to like you. And, you know, say your friend's sitting there and he usually posts dope-ass memes, and he's not posting dank-ass memes anymore. You should probably be like, what's up, dude? I don't like this. How are you? Don't be unwilling to reach out and talk to somebody because sometimes that's all it takes is just somebody to reach out in a time of darkness when you're not feeling right. You know, I've been there myself where I just need somebody to reach out, and somebody did reach out, and it changed my perspective for the night, and it changed how I was looking at things and flipped me around. So don't be afraid to reach out. If you're used to seeing somebody that's just usually super active and they're not being super active anymore, check on them. If you start seeing changes, check on them. Do that. We have to look out for each other because no one else is going to do it for us. So I don't know if I did TJ any justice there.
Yeah, I think you nailed it, man.
But I fit in, don't be a cocksucker. And that's really my favorite part of the show. So, so that being said, man, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on TikTok. TJ's on TikTok. I'm not on Twitter.
OnlyFans?
Don't believe in Twitter. Yeah, OnlyFans. I think I'm about to be there. I think I'm thinking about putting this particular episode on Pornhub as 2 guys fuck 1 dude. So there's that.
I'm out. That sounds like prison rules, homie. I ain't doing that.
Right.
But no, if you want to hang out, man, after the show, we'll just hang out and bullshit. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate everyone talking, commenting, and having fun with us tonight. Hopefully you guys join us again. We'll be back next week, as always. And until then, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And most importantly, look after each other, because it takes a team to get anything done. And that's what we need more of.